Yo, what is going on, guys? We're back today for another video, and as you guys can see, I have the ability to rank for another 6-star champion. But this rank up is going to be a little bit more special because we are getting so close to hitting that 100,000 threshold, and I'm so excited. We're going to be eating this bad boy here on stream, the world's hottest gummy bear. I mean, I'm excited and I'm a little scared, to be honest, but looking forward to it. And as another little bit of a special thing for 100K, I want you guys to help me choose my next rank 4. And so I'm going to be choosing 4 champions. Then we're going to have a channel-wide community vote, a poll between these 4 champions, and you guys will decide which one gets taken to rank 4. Now, we're going to go over all 4 of those champions in today's video, and I'm going to tell you why I picked each one of those 4 champions, my reasoning, everything like that. I'll show you my current rank 4s right now. And then that should be enough information for you guys to go ahead and make a decision on the vote. And the poll, I think I'm gonna post it about a day, maybe later in the day after this video goes live. Because last time I tried to do something like this a while ago, I think maybe with a rank 3 or something. But I made the poll before I made the video, so people just kind of voted without, you know, like hearing my reasoning for picking each of these 4 champions, which I really want you guys to have that information before you make the decision with your vote. And so, yeah, so let's get started with just showing you guys my current rank 4s. So we're currently at 20, so this will be number 21. So these are the current rank 4s, looking so good. I'm really happy with my current rank 4s. And if we go ahead and take a look class by class, we got 4 in science, 4 in skill, 3 in mutant, 4 in cosmic, 2 in tech, and 3 in mystic. So tech is the most lacking class. So, and that is where we do have one of our options. So let's go ahead and start with the tech class. So just to give you guys, we're going to be, the options are in tech, mutant, cosmic, and who's the last one? Oh yeah, and science. So no skill or mystic champions are going to be a part of this poll. So let's go ahead and start in the tech class. And this one is obvious. This is the most obvious champion ever for me to rank up. That's Stark Spidey. I literally would not be sitting in front of you, in front of this camera, talking to you. You wouldn't be watching this if it was not for this character. Like today, 2022, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for this character. Originally, back in 2017, I was doing YouTube just for fun at that point. I had just graduated high school. I had taken a year off and I was doing it for fun, right? I was around like 500-600 subscribers, and I was saving my 5-star shards for when Iceman's featured crystal came back. And then I was going to go hard on that, and I was going to try to get Iceman. Because at the time, Iceman and Archangel, like, people argued who's better, Iceman or Archangel. And back then, Iceman, he was so much better. Like, for that time, that meta of the game, you know, triple immunities, countered evade, like, he was a goated character. But then this guy comes out, Stark Spider-Man, Spider-Man Homecoming, the movie comes out, and this new character comes out, and his featured 5-star crystals come out, like right as he comes out. And I had a bunch of crystals saved up. I saw one video of someone using this Spider-Man in like Labyrinth against like Red Hulk, and he was hitting hard, and I was like, I need him. So I went and did a video. I spent all my shards. I got him in the video. I think it was my second crystal. I think second or third. My first one was like an Iron Patriot. But we got Stark Spidey. That video blew up. It got over 30,000 views. My subscriber count went from, it shot up, it skyrocketed over past 1,000. And it was at that point where I had the ability to monetize my YouTube channel. And it was all because of Spider-Man. My channel, I turned monetization on, and then I started to take it like more seriously. And I'm like, you know, maybe I could actually do this. Like, maybe I'm taking a year off school, and I'm just going to try to do YouTube. And it was all because of Stark Spider-Man. All because of this guy. And then fast forward a few months later, after summer, That was during summer. Fast forward to October 2017. I go to New York Comic Con. I participate in the first ever MCOC tournament. And on the very first day, I make it my final run of the day. I use Stark Spidey against Mephisto. Mephisto had just come out at this time, October 2017. And I get I tied the highest time on the leaderboard, the #1 time on the leaderboard. I think it was Lil Joe. I tied him using Stark Spidey. Then I go and fight a Maestro boss. Someone set the highest time with a Star-Lord. And some other people tried Stark Spidey. He wasn't working. I go use Stark Spidey, and I beat the Star-Lord's, the epic Star-Lord time, just barely, with seconds to spare. And it was just one of the greatest moments of my life. Winning, so that was day 1, I won, and then I ended up winning that was on a Thursday, and on the Saturday, it was the finals for that tournament. And again, I ended up using Stark Spidey, fighting Maestro, and I ended up winning the whole thing. That's one of my greatest achievements in life. I think that is my greatest achievement currently. And then I think once I hit 100K, that'll be my next greatest achievement. And it all started with Stark Spidey. Like, I wouldn't have won that tournament without Stark Spidey. And after that tournament, to put again into perspective, my subscriber count went from like, I went to New York with around like 2,000 subscribers. And I think I left with like over 5,000 subscribers. And again, all because of Stark Spider-Man, this character. And so, like, I would have absolutely no problem taking Stark Spidey to rank 4. It just, such a great story with him and my channel, and Spider-Man's always been my favorite character. And I love this guy so much. I love this guy so much. So, I would love to take Stark Spider-Man to rank 4. I'm totally on board to take any one of these 4 champions to rank 4. And well, yeah, never mind. I was gonna say all of them will go to rank 4 eventually, but that I can't promise that. I cannot promise that. So yeah, that's Stark Spidey. I would really like to do Stark Spidey. If you guys vote for him, that'd be sweet. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next champion though, because we've already talked about Stark Spidey a lot. And that would be, we've already actually mentioned him. That's Iceman. So I am totally down. Oh yeah, and this will be rank 4, also Sig 200. If any of the champions, any of the 4 champions I'm talking about here, they're going to be taken to rank 4, signature level 200, all the way maxed out, right? And so option number 2 is Iceman. So why Iceman, right? Well, honestly, this is undisputable. Iceman is the coolest character in MCOC. You cannot deny that. Just look how cool this guy looks, man. He's literally made of ice. Literally made of ice. I think Iceman, one of the coolest characters in the game. I've always been a really big fan of Iceman. Like I said, I was saving so hard for him. I had such a big stash of shards to go for this guy as a 5-star way back in the day. And if Stark Spidey didn't come out, I would have went hard for Iceman. I wonder if I would have gotten him. I don't know. Also, Dave has such an incredible song, "Can I Get an Iceman?" That song's awesome. And yeah, I just think Iceman, he's so cool. And so so Stark Spidey, the reason for that rank up, more so nostalgia, plus a really great attacker for Battlegrounds, right? Now on the flip side, this Iceman rank up would be more of a Battlegrounds defensive rank up. The next Battlegrounds meta is going to be all to do with armor. Now Iceman actually has an armor of his own, but it's a little different. So it's called Organic Ice. So Iceman's Organic Ice form grants him... Alright, that's not it. Ice Armor, here we go. Passive. One shattered ice armor takes 15 seconds to reform. And... Is that... Oh, there's a passive here? Yeah, Iceman begins the fight with a layer of ice armor. And so it is classed as an armor. Now, the whole reason I even found out that this Iceman's armor is like... works the same as regular armor is against Havoc, actually. So, you know, when you're fighting Havoc, you need an armor up buff, and Iceman's ice armor buff actually does work. When you're fighting Havoc, you don't take any of the plasma detonation damage. At least the last time I checked, and that was over 2 years ago, at least, if not longer. So Iceman should work the way I think he should work in the next meta, which anytime you hit a defender that has an armor active, you get power burned, and then you're going to take damage. So I think Iceman could be actually one of the best defenders in the next meta. And again, plus he'd be rank 4, Sig 200. So like he's going to be dealing cold snap damage, regardless with his signature ability, Absolute Zero. It's going to be dealing 6,000 energy damage, and that's only on a rank 2 Iceman. I wonder what that would be on a rank 4. I mean, actually, I have Aunt May open right here. We can check that. Let's actually take a look what that damage would be as a rank 4 Sig 200. So, okay, so max damage, we can get 8,200 energy damage. I thought that would actually go up a lot more. That's a little weak, but that's still a fairly big chunk of damage, that they just are forced to take, if they don't have anyone who's cold snap immune, ready to start the fight in the battlegrounds. That's huge. Plus, with the next meta, it's going to be for all the tournaments that I'm participating in January. That's going to be the meta. So I think having an Iceman at rank 4 Sig 200 would be really, really big to help me win some tournaments, and just, victory. Well, I'm not concerned at all about the victory track, but yeah, mainly for tournaments. That's why I would love to rank Iceman. I think he could be just so good. Yeah, so that's one thing on Iceman. He is okay on attack, He does have immunity to bleed, poison, and incinerate. Just with those sheer amount of immunities alone, I feel like that could be useful in battlegrounds. Just sometimes you can get screwed by not having a champ that has an immunity. So Iceman just being a triple threat on the immunities, just can be nice, I guess. And I wouldn't really want to use him offensively in most matchups. So he's definitely more of a defensive rank up, but with some offensive potential, I suppose. But that's Iceman. I would really, really love if Iceman actually got a buff. If Iceman came out this year, bro, I would love to see the type of abilities and the route that they would go with him, making him in like a 2022 or 2023. Like, I'd love to see that, because Iceman is supposed to be an Omega level mutant. And it's just kind of sad, his current state in MCOC. He could really use a buff. Me and Cardio Mike were actually talking. If he could get a buff like Angela got, that'd be so incredible for Iceman, especially reworking the signature ability. I would love if Absolute Zero worked kind of similar to Human Torch, but, in reverse, the cold side of things. And, like, once Iceman got into Absolute Zero, his temperature got so cold enough, like, he just started doing, like, absurd damage. I would really like to see that. I would really love to see an Iceman offensive buff. All right, that is the number 2 champion. Number 2 option for rank 4. All right, let's go ahead and move to number 3. Now, this one is probably unexpected, and that is Thanos, the Mad Titan himself. So why is Thanos on this list? A couple of reasons. So first of all, Thanos is he's Thanos. I mean, what more is there to say? Fine, I'll do it myself. Like, this guy made the MCU what it is. The looming threat of Thanos and collecting the Infinity Stones. Like, that's what made the MCU so special. Him being this final boss villain, spanning 2 movies, 2 of the biggest movies ever. Like, he's Thanos. He is that guy. In the MCU, he's not really that guy in MCOC, unfortunately. He sucks. He's horrible. These are all of his abilities. That's it. Like, he's so bad. But someone pointed this out to me a while ago, like months ago, and just a comment, and they're like, hey man, you should rank up Thanos because of his signature ability. And I was like, what is this crazy guy talking about? Thanos? And then I actually read his signature ability, and it kind of blew my mind. I was like, whoa, what? So let's read Thanos's signature ability real quick here. So it's called Immortality. When you read that, Immortality, you think of like Corvus, Hercules, you'd be like, oh, some kind of cheat death, right? No, not at all. But it is very unique. So, granted near Immortality, Thanos the Mad Titan passively reduces his opponent's base attack by 13%. Now that's Sig 20. At Sig 200, this goes to 40%, 40. So to put that number into perspective, let's put that 40% into perspective, all right? If we take a look at the mastery here, inequity, this is has been a big brain play in battlegrounds. People running maxed inequity. So what does inequity do? If your opponent has debuff on them, for each debuff, their attack gets lowered. And it's 2% for each debuff. It goes to 6% for each debuff, if you run a 3 out of 3. But you get an absolute max reduction, a max attack reduction of only 36%. Now, I've fought opponents where they're running max inequity and I just have a ton of debuffs on me, and my damage was so much lower. Like, it looked so much lower than normally, and I was like, what's going on? And it was extremely noticeable that, like, I just wasn't doing much damage, and the fight went on for so long. So at max 36%, dude, Thanos can just passively do more than that at Sig 200 with 40%. That's actually insane. That could be, like, in theory, that sounds so good. So it would be rank 4 Sig 200 Thanos, and it would be just a really sick rank up, like such a trophy champ rank up. But it could have some defensive use in battlegrounds, some real defensive use. This one I'm a little bit more uncertain about, like if it's actually gonna work as good as I think it could. I don't know. But I think there's potential. Plus, Thanos actually does gain armor. So when struck, there's a 10% chance to gain an armor up buff. So, for that next meta. Yeah, and people just, aren't really used to fighting Thanos. So, maybe his animations or a special attack could catch someone off guard. They could maybe mess up the evade. He's really not that hard to evade his specials if you know what to do. But just because people rarely ever fight him, maybe they could forget or just be caught off guard or something and maybe slip up. So yeah, that is option number 3, Thanos. Bit of a wild one, but he's on the list. So if you guys if there's enough votes for Thanos, that's what we're gonna do. And then the 4th and final champion. This one is a no-brainer, and that is Quicksilver. So we all know how good Quicksilver is. Well, actually, I wouldn't say that, but we all know Quicksilver is good. I can say that. We all know Quicksilver is good. He has the 2nd highest prestige in the game. He is the 2nd champion to be voted for and then added into the game, following Hercules, who is arguably the best champion in the game. And Quicksilver, I think he has some of the most utility in the entire game. Just so much utility in his kit. It's kind of crazy, actually. So much stuff that he can counter. And he's just a really good champ. So it would really make sense to rank for Quicksilver and to take him to Sig 200. But on top of all of that, when Quicksilver was being voted for the Summoner Choice, I was fully on board the Quicksilver train. Like, out of every champ I saw to be voted for, he was my #1 pick. Because, like, I wanted a speedster in MCOC. Like, I love the Flash so much on the DC side of things. I've always wanted to play with a speedster and see, what's that like, especially in the game I play every single day of my life. So, yeah, I was so excited when Quicksilver won the vote. I was voting for him from the beginning, and I was so excited that when he came into MCOC, I really, really tried to get him. I spent more money trying to go for Quicksilver as a 6-star than I've ever spent trying to go for any champion. Ever. So, like, I really, really wanted him, and I just did not get him. But I did get a Gallon with all that money I spent. I did get a 6-star Gallon, which ended up being my favorite champion of the whole year. So, that did end up working out. But, I went so hard for him. And then I just went on a quest of featured crystals. I opened so many of them. And I just could not get Quicksilver. I opened so many featured crystals that I ended up getting every single other champion in that pool. I pulled every single other champion. And even awakened every champion I had unawakened in that pool. Until it was literally 23 out of 24. Quicksilver was just the one and only I did not have. And then I still opened probably like 10 to 20 more at that point when he was just the only one left. Whereas, other people probably would have just gave up, quit, started saving for the next one, which I did think about. But I didn't quit. I didn't give up. I really wanted Quicksilver. I kept opening. And then I just couldn't get him. But then there was a Christmas miracle. On Christmas Eve, I opened all the feature crystals I had. I opened all my shards. Didn't get him. And then after opening up some of the greater banquet crystals, we pull one 6-star feature out of there. We spin it, let it spin all the way out. And after saying a quick prayer to Kabam Jesus, he hooks it up and he gives me this Quicksilver. So I really love the story behind Quicksilver being added, how much I wanted him to be added, and then my quest and journey trying to acquire him. And you guys have been with me on that journey for the last few months, which has been a little aggravating but also fun. And Quicksilver just makes sense for rank 4. He is extremely meta relevant. He is prestige relevant. He's definitely the rank 4 that makes the most sense right now. So if he gets voted for, like, that makes sense. It does. Like, he's one of the best sign shots. I wanted him so bad. And I really do want to rank for him. I really do. But with hitting 100k and just some, battlegrounds, defensive rank ups, and, Stark Spidey, I feel like this is the funnest way to decide my next rank 4. And it gets to include all of you guys. And plus, we get to celebrate with hitting the 100k milestone together. So I just thought this would be really fun. And so those are the 4 options, guys. Stark Spidey, Iceman, Thanos, and Quicksilver. Let me know in the comment section which one you guys are going to vote for and why. I'd love to read those comments. And yeah, I'll be putting up the poll to vote for on my community page, community tab on YouTube. So just check there to see the vote. I'm gonna post it after this video goes live because I want people to watch the video before they just go and vote. And then once the poll is live, I'll probably put a link to it in the description or the pinned comment or something. So yeah, be on the lookout. But if you're watching this video like right as it came out, the poll's probably not quite out just yet. But yeah, guys, that is gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys just for all the support. It's my life has just been so crazy when I really think about it. This whole journey that I've been on over the past 5-6 years now. Like it blows my mind to think it's been that long. And it's just been such a wild ride. And some of you guys have been along for that ride for so long and supporting me, and just thank you. And a lot of you guys are new, which is awesome, and we just keep growing. And I've just been having so much fun lately this year. And I'm really looking forward to 2023. Going to be going even harder on YouTube. And yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for next year. And yeah, I'm really excited to see who wins this vote. Get my next rank 4, SIG 200. That's going to do it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll show you guys my rank 4s one more time real quick. Just like this. And yeah, guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoyed, drop a like. Subscribe for more content. Peace out.